It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Pack your bags up and leave. Don't you dare come back to me. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Pack your bags up and leave. Don't you ever come back to me. So tonight, I was just patrolling and Mehdi showed up. She saw me and she put the headphones on purpose and looked the other way as we crossed each other. So she wasn't with Kayla. So, but anyway, that's that. Because I'm just glad that I had a woman for 4 months. It reinforced that I know that I'm desirable. I mean, I want my relationship to last forever. But I'm just happy with how I responded, because in the past it would have taken me a couple of years for me to stop pursuing that woman. You know, like, okay, maybe not after a breakup, but pursuing, yeah. Once I got my eyes on one, and now it's like it's done. Obviously, I haven't forgot her, but it's done. That song from Whitney Houston, I turned on my phone, so 2 or 3 days ago. Turned on my phone, hopped on YouTube, and that song came up. I was like, because it was it? I forgot what it was, but anyway, it came up, and it said, Whitney Houston, pack your bags. And I was like, wow, that brings back memories from teenage years, because it's like teenage years because the year 2000, when I would have been 12 years old, because I was born in 1988, so I'd forgotten about that song. But as soon as I saw the title, it brought back these memories. I was like walking around West Auckland and things like that. Knowing, but not really knowing. Like, you know what they're saying, and you know what they're saying to the person, and you know the attitude. But then there's knowing it through personal experience. Now, Mehdi didn't never lived with me, but so it's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Pack your bags up and leave. Don't you dare come crawling back to me. But it's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Pack your bags up and leave. Don't you ever coming back to me. I don't take drugs or things like that, and I didn't have the molestation that Whitney Houston had, so I'll be fine. And that was a sad day when Whitney died. I was thinking, like, what the hell? Like, what? I was in my early 20s when that happened. Like 24. So, yeah. It wasn't the first time, but still, it shook every time it happened. And it was after Chester died from Linkin Park that it started to no longer become a shock, but it's still sad. But, jeez. Not even talking about what I was going to talk about. Typical trait of ADHD. That's okay. Let's get on to what I was talking about. Consistency. Sometimes I don't aim to... Like, if they say, you do this, you do that, you can double your pay, and you have to go to this other company or whatever. I often don't do that, because if it's like, okay, because I it's about consistency, right? Because I was consistently inconsistent when it came to my sports, unless I was doing other sports alongside those sports, right? So I was like, I reckon I can do this, I reckon I can do that, and I, worked at the tannery, worked at the orchard, worked at the factory, doing various things that people used to hold over my head, saying that I would suck at, but I ended up being able to do those jobs. And another sign of confidence was, it wouldn't take one person to say it, it would take like quite a number of people to say it, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even consider it until like a couple of years later. Then I'll be like, I'll show these people wrong. Like, I'll show them wrong. And now it's, the consistency thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go to another industry, because I'm like, well, if I'll be making 6 figures this year, and then I'll just do whatever each year to level up my pay. But at the same time, as I know, I'm 36 years old, so the time to settle down in an industry and settle down and really take root in a company is now. So, but I want to live a great life, and that involves money. But abundance isn't everything, okay? So once you get you got all your needs met. I'm getting all my physical needs met. Just would like to have a woman again. But the thing is for a man, once we've got like 5 decent shirts, 5 decent pants, 5 decent everything to wear out, and then we got stuff to go wearing to work and workout stuff. Then we got a car, we got a place to live, we got food to eat, we got and enough money for security, knowing that if some bills came up, we'll pay them off just like that. And we got hope for the future, and pushing for a better future. And you're physically well, apart from that, abundance really doesn't mean much. It just is an option for the growth of your legacy. But I knew that since I was young, which is why money wasn't my first focus. But now I'm like, you know what? Actually, you need all the money to do all that. So that's why you should get it. Well, that was a good old classic opening, wasn't it? About consistency. Yeah. Consistency. And I'm going to leave it up here because this is unscripted. This is what it looks like now. You imagine if you were talking back to me and we ended up talking about other conversations and we went on this whole other drift. And talking about another drift, I finished in 10 minutes, and my autistic ass was so set on routine that I was heading out there, even though the past 2 nights I didn't have to go out there and do a check because it was Kiwi Rail workers, and I was shown by one of our co-workers who also is autistic or Asperger's. Asperger's is just a light form of autism. It means that they can talk and they're physically active and all this type of thing, but they struggle with the social cues. That's what Asperger's is. So, yeah. Anyway, he told me that there's Kiwi Rail workers out there. Guess what? I came out here anyway, and then decided to do this because this was on my mind. I'm going to keep to my word. All this personal stuff is going to end at 5 years no contact from my family. And it is 6 weeks until 4 years no contact. But this 5 years worth, this is a great insight for, and I speak the mind of a lot of autistic people. But obviously, it's not just that's autism is not a personality, but it is in a way because it affects the way you view the world. But then there's healed and there's unhealed, and then there's our hobbies and interests that are different.